Hey, chicks, that's Chad. Good morning, good morning. So, you see, I'm off to a funeral, which is the one I told y'all about a couple weeks ago. My homeboy had passed. So, it's been a lot going on in the last couple of weeks in preparation. So, we here now. For me, this is the toughest day because it's the final day, and it's different it's one thing when you grieve by yourself, but it's different when you are in a room where there is collective grieving, because sometimes that triggers your grief. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the situation, because for example, like when my mom passed, nobody's grief triggered my grief, and I don't know if it was because I had sat there so long and just took it in, between the family viewing, between the wake, and then between, the funeral. By the time you sit there so long and just look at the body and take it in, I definitely wasn't numb to it, but I just had pretty much shed all the tears that I could shed at that point, right? So it doesn't always trigger a collective grieving, doesn't always trigger your grieving, but for me sometimes it does, just seeing other people, hearing other people genuinely well, because sometimes you can see people and or you feel like it ain't genuine, it don't look genuine, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you could hear that one well, that it just does something to you, whether it's from a child, whether it's from, a grandmother, or, a spouse or something. That one well can just set you off, So for me, that's why it's the hardest day. Nevertheless, I'm prepared, I am prepared. So my thing today is about, women, when we lose our spouse or our boyfriend or our fiance, significant other, somebody that we've been involved with, somebody that has been near and dear to our heart. It's different when y'all have just been friends and y'all had a platonic situation, y'all like family. That's one thing. But when you lose somebody that you've been intimate with, that you have had a particular bond with, or that you have kids with, and it was current or close to being current, or at least your feelings had never left, I can only imagine that's a different type of hurt, because I haven't experienced that hurt where somebody who I was dealing with in an intimate way died or got killed or whatever like that. Haven't had the misfortune of experiencing that, and I hope to never have that, unless it's my husband and we die of old age or whatever. But this is one thing, because I like to sit back and observe other people and learn from other people as much as I can, and this is one thing that I have learned from observing many situations like this. Everybody have their own bond and situation with different people. The same man can have 10 different bonds with 10 different women, right? And the funny thing about us women is that all 10 of us was swear for God that we had the better bond with that man. It's just, I don't know what it is. We'll swear for God that what we had was the real McCoy. It don't matter what it was titled. It don't matter if it was current or near current. We're gonna feel like our emotions and what we felt and what we had was the top of the tier, and nobody else's situation can compare and may not even be relevant. And maybe because I have not experienced that, And even if I ever experience it, I hope to not experience it in a way that makes me think as foolish as that, right? Because that's foolish thought. And sometimes I understand that when we in our feelings, we don't think straight. You know, a wife will think that because she is the wife, that it's no way him and anybody else had anything else going on that meant anything, and that's a lie. And the girlfriend who was about to get married to him would think that it's no way that anybody else, or a girlfriend from his that he was, you know, dealing with in college, it's no way that she still meant anything to him when they was madly in love and they was about to get married. Lies. An ex-wife who has kids from him will say, oh yeah, he got married again, but they ain't never had no kids. It's no way they ever would have experienced, you know, what we went through together. You know, him and the ex-wife might have been married 15 years, got 2 kids. Him and his new wife might have been married 2 years, messing around 3. And the ex-wife will swear, it's no way him and his new wife, new girlfriend, had the type of bond that they had being together, being that they've been together for all them years and had kids. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. But those are lies that us women, we would tell ourselves all of those things. And I don't know if we tell ourselves that because we believe it, or we tell ourselves that just to make ourselves feel better about what we're going through. But if we're telling ourselves that to believe it, because we actually believe it, then we are crazy. Because the reality is that only that person knows how they feel. My eyes running out. Only that person knows how they feel about whoever they feel about. Excuse me. And it's a situation where maybe they have confided in one of their homeboys or their best friends or something, right? And they may have told their homeboys, you know, this is the one I love, boom, 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 boom. Even that's subject to, you know, I don't know if that's the whole 100. Because what if the woman he really cared for is somebody that his best friend used to date? So it's just no way he could confide in his homeboy and say, you know what, that's the one I really love. You know, so when it comes down to it, the only bond you know about is the bond that you had with that person. That's the only one you can speak on. You know, but for whatever reason, we love to speak on the bond that we think the other people had and how they felt about the other person. And this, that, and the third. No, man, that man would tell us anything about the other woman. And they do oftentimes. Or they tell it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times we learn exactly why that woman felt how she felt, or exactly why that woman did whatever it was that she did. You know, but so many times as women, we quick to jump on the bandwagon of whatever the man is telling us. And believe every single negative thing about that other woman, this, that, or the third. And then truth of the matter is, if he could go back and be with that other woman and make some changes, he would. Because that woman wasn't half bad. That's the part that he leave out. And you have to know that if he has discussed her in a negative way, if you and him separate, he'll discuss you in a negative way too. And that don't say that you ain't a good woman too. But that just says that that's his character to kind of shade the previous woman. So you know you're gonna get shaded too, so get ready for it. Accept it. That's just part of his character. Right? But yeah, I think as women we have to, you know, have a much more open mind to know that something that is just so beyond you. Something that you would never be privy to in regards to her, because you could look at her and you just can't see why he was crazy about her, what it was about her. It could be something that she does in the morning time when he's at her house that just no one else has done that, or it just makes his day so wonderful to start off. You will never know that about her. And something in those moments just click and just do it for him. And that just makes her stand out. You'll never know that. It's just something that she has. You may never have it with him. Different women turn on different things in men. The same with us. The same with us. A man, like they used to say, the right man can bring the freak out of a woman. It's not that. It's just it's what it is that different people turn on different things within us, whether it's good or bad. You know, some men can make you wanna just be loving and hug on him and kiss on him, and he might just smell so good and feel so good. Skin just, it just make you be a totally different person. And your old ex-dude might be like, she was never affectionate with me. Well, you just didn't have the kind of skin and the smell that that her body gravitated to. You know, you just didn't bring that out of her. You know? And just because she's like that with him, that don't say that she like him any more than she liked you. It just say that that's something that that the new guy or whoever, the old guy, that's something that he brought out of her that you didn't. Because you might have brought out of her, you know, where she loves to buy you things. She loves to dress you. She loves to, you know, do whatever she loves to do for you. You might have brought that out of her. So the other guy be like, oh, she ain't never bought me nothing. So he automatically assumes that because she was spending money on him, oh, she must have been more crazy about him than me. Lies. You'll be surprised a lot of time if a person really sat down and told you the person that they was really crazy about and why. You'll be surprised. Some of those things are really not the big obvious things that we think. We as women, a lot of times we talk real big about, you know, the man being a provider and this, that, and the third, and it's not that those things are not important. Those things are important. We just, because at the end of the day, we just really don't want to end up taking care of a big grown able-bodied man. That's why that's really important. But when you get down underneath that provider stuff, it be other little simple things that it just do it for us when that man or a certain man do it. He'd be like, I love that. I love that. You know, simple stuff. You know? So yeah, just be mindful, ladies, and think about it. You wasn't, most of the time when you meet that man, he wasn't a virgin. So you already know he had other relationships before you. So don't minimize, especially at the point where he's gone. Don't minimize what he had with another woman because you weren't present for that. You only know his version of it, or what you have created in your mind to dilute whatever it was they had. You really don't know. You don't know. You weren't there in their bedroom, in their sessions, you know. And even if you was there some of the times, you still don't know what was in that man's heart and mind, what was in that woman's heart and mind towards that man. So we have to stop diluting other people's situations as if we know exactly how they feel. And God forbid to post and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a person posts or don't post all the time about their significant other, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Now, sometimes people do be hiding people. But the same way people be hiding people be lying and putting on when they be posting a lot of times too. And them relationships don't be nowhere near like they be posting. So it works both ways. So where does the truth really lie? Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. But like I said, at the end of the day, all you can speak on is the bond that you had with that man. And when that man is gone, all you have is the memories. And there's no point in any woman being upset with no other woman about a man that neither one of y'all can have, and that both of y'all done had.